All of us at Geringhoff would like to thank you for taking the time to view this video. You will find the information presented here to be informative and helpful in performing service to Geringhoff harvesting machines. Whenever servicing a Geringhoff product, please observe all safety decals and warnings. Use factory-supplied safety supports on the combine and the Geringhoff head. Use the proper safety equipment required for the task. This may include, but is not limited to, eye protection, foot protection, hearing protection, proper clothing, hand protection, proper tools, and other equipment and supplies as required for the service to be performed. Hi, this is Geringhoff Product Support. Today we're going to talk about some sickle repair, sickle maintenance, and how to check your guards for wear and replace a guard. We'll also touch on how to remove your entire sickle and how to replace it. Starting with guard wear here, we've got a brand new guard. We've got a Schumacher tool. So this Schumacher tool is actually a measuring guide for this guard. So if it comes up to the max line, or it's over 5.4 millimeters gap here, we consider those guards worn out. What's going to happen when your guards wear out is your head's going to start pulling harder. You could break knife heads. It's just going to be really inefficient on the whole system. So without further ado, let's go ahead and change the guard in the sickle section. So we're going to be working on changing the center guard out today to an updated design. If you notice in the center of the head here, we have some different guards. We've got this Geringhoff specific triple section, and we've got a topless double section here, and then a high top double section here. And going from there out, standard doubles except for one triple that is just outside of the center section on each side. There's also on new model heads, one of these topless sections on the very end on each side. So depending on where you're at on the head, it might be easier to just remove the guard if you're going to replace a section. A lot of times it is easier to remove the guard to replace the section. And there may be times when you need to remove a section to get a guard off also, especially out on the standard sections. So now we've got our guard off. We can go ahead and replace our section. We're going to replace the center half section here. Keep in mind that the first 9 sections, full sections around the knife head, are shorter than the rest of the sections on the head. You always want to make sure that you replace those center sections with a short section. Otherwise, as that sickle moves, it can bind up and break the knife head. While removing bolts out of the knife head, we'll want to note the bolt orientation and the bolt length as they change going across the knife head. While we're putting them back in, we'll want to make sure that the bolts are seated, and we will want to torque them to the specified torque setting. Bolts back in, tighten them up. Be careful not to tighten them down with an impact too hard because they can break. Go ahead and put our new guard on, reinstall the hardware. That's how you replace a guard in a section. Stepping into the possibility if you're pulling the entire sickle out for either a repair or a replacement, what we're going to want to do is remove the knife head here via these 2 bolts. Before you remove this knife head, recommend that you pump some grease in here. That'll help you keep those needle bearings in place where they need to be when you go to reinstall. After we pull these out, this will come out and up. And then we have access to the knife head bolts here. You may need to remove a guard or two just to make it a little bit easier. After you get the knife head off, you can go to the end of the head and pull the entire sickle out. On behalf of Geringhoff Product Support, thanks for watching. And as always, if you have any questions about the video you just watched, you can contact us on our service hotline.